Commercial airlines carry 3.5 billion passengers per year, be in nearly 4,000 airports, flying 2,500 aircraft operated by nearly 170 air control organizations. These airlines are vital to our daily lives, allowing families to connect across the globe, quick response to global disasters, boosted economies, and not to mention, providing millions of jobs around the globe. Commercial airline industry does wonders for the global economy. Based on data collected in 2016, the airline industry accounts for over $2.7 trillion in global GDP, or gross domestic product, and contributes over $7 trillion in world trade. This is further emphasized by the fact that these airlines allow thousands of farmers in growing economies to transport their goods across the globe and thus support their families and their communities. The tourist market is also heavily dependent on commercial airlines, as the airlines are responsible for 54% of tourist travel. Tourism plays a major role in the economies of several nations, including Macau, where the tourism accounts for nearly 50% of the nation's GDP, among other countries whose economy is heavily dependent on tourism are the Bahamas, the British Virgin Islands, and Cape Verde.
Some people really don't realize how much commercial airlines really do for the economy. Paul Steele, the executive director of Air Transport Action Group, really explains how much of an impact these aviation companies can have when he says, "It's fascinating to look at the scope of the aviation industry and our role in the world, when you realize that aviation, if it were a country, would be the 19th largest economy in the world, supporting 56.6 million jobs and over $2 trillion in economic impact. You really see the scale of air transport." Things have really improved in the airline industry compared to the early 1900s when aviation companies were first taking off. Aside from the obvious advances in technology that caused planes to be much more safe and reliable, these advances have also drastically decreased the price of an airline ticket. In 1945, it would take 130 weeks' work to get the cheapest possible return ticket from Sydney, Australia to London. In 2009, it would only take 1.7 weeks. This amount of change in price really opens up the future to what it might hold for us. If you can decrease the price by 128.3 weeks of wages in 64 years, then I don't see it being too far-fetched that there could be affordable commercial space travel within the next 100 years. But no one really knows what the future will hold in terms of commercial airlines. We can only dream.